Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In this video, as you saw from the title, I am going over an order that I received in the Western District of Missouri. If you are interested in working in this district, please stay tuned. Please note that I am not an attorney. This information is not indicated as legal advice. If you are new to my channel, I handle bankruptcy unclaimed funds. You can get paid by searching for unclaimed funds similar to how you do in state or how you do in mortgage overages. You can do them for bankruptcy cases. The process is slightly different. These are on a federal level. There are no caps in terms of what you can charge percentages. The process is slightly different. So in the Western District of Missouri, their leads and their list are not located on the National Unclaimed Funds Locator. So you have to pull a PDF file from their district, but it is right on their website. I do go over more information for this district in my course, in my program. I do think I have a video on YouTube on how to actually find the case number on there because it is kind of coded and it's a little bit difficult to read. Once you search through that PDF file, you can find some things that are on there. And this is one that I found that was actually, the funds were there for a long time, I believe. This case, I want to say, is from 2008, I think. I don't have the actual case number on it. I think it's from like 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's really old. And here's another nuance. People are always asking, why are the funds available in bankruptcy unclaimed funds? This is a different reason that I've never had before. The funds are available for this particular case because of a settlement. The homeowner, which is the debtor, her and her husband owned a marital home. The second mortgage, the lender of the second mortgage, they were doing some fraudulent activity. They kept raising the fees and adding in different interests, and they were sued. It was a class action lawsuit for anyone that had a second mortgage under that lender. The fees were about $9,000 or so, I think, for the couple or for the household. Now, because she filed bankruptcy and they split, they got divorced, half of that goes to him. So in the bankruptcy court, there was a notice of unclaimed funds, and you have to read through it. And not all of them are so easy to read through. But she got her portion, and the remaining portion of $4,500 was owed to the ex-spouse. And so that is who the funds are for. Now, it's tricky in this one because the ex-husband did not file a claim in this case. These funds are due because of another case dealing with the settlement and for the mortgage. So all of that information is on the bankruptcy notice. And so this is what I keep reiterating to you. The funds could be there for a plethora of reasons. You always want to make sure you're knowing how to read through the court docket. And that's basically what I did. I read through the court docket and I'm like, oh, okay, they've been trying to reach out to this person. But again, they're divorced. She's filed bankruptcy. He's not living in the home anymore. The courts do not have the resources to find, skip trace, and hunt down these people. And so that's basically what I did. His information was readily available on truepeoplesearch.com. I actually was a little lazy and I just sent him a letter. I didn't even call. I sent him a letter and he responded. He picked up and he said, oh, I had money there. I didn't realize. Yeah, that was my ex-wife. She didn't tell me, that the funds were here, so on and so forth. He sent the information right back to me. So this one was pretty simple. The turnaround time in this one took a little bit longer than the first deal that I received. The first deal that I received took maybe about 3 weeks or so. This one, I filed it in on the 25th. And I got an order on the 21st of this month. And then 14 days after the order is issued is when they typically send a check. I cannot remember if the Western District of Missouri is one that sends an EFT or are they going to be sending a paper check. But I will come back on and let you know once I've gotten that payment. So $45.42.26 is basically what the spouse was getting back. I charged 24%. And $1,100 is what I get back. Now, if you do state funds in Missouri, I don't know what their state fund fee is. If you're doing this on a state level, there's a cap. If you're doing it on a federal level, there is no cap. The rules are slightly different. So if you're coming from a state funds and you're dealing with that and you want to add bankruptcy in, just know that the process is slightly different. There's certain requirements that you have to have on a state level that you don't necessarily have to have on a federal level, just so you know. It's different. Just think separation. It's a separate set of rules for state, separate set of rules for federal cases, just so you know. And so this one was actually pretty simple. Here you can see on the court docket, the 25th, the payment of unclaimed funds was filed in for my amount. My information is on there. It says my company. And you see the supporting documents, the next entry down. And the good thing about this district is they don't let people view the supporting documents. If that's something that you're worried about when you're doing this, you have to send your ID, certain information. If you don't have a company, you have to send your social security number on there or an EIN number if you do have a company. That's personal information. So that is good that you're not able to actually click on that to view it. But I did, and underneath that, you see the order. And basically, it just reiterates that I filed the application on this date, and then the funds will come to me in my P.O. box for this amount. So that's a difference between state funds and bankruptcy unclaimed funds, is that you actually get the check first. Now, there are some districts that won't pay you directly, and there's probably like 3 or 4 that I can think of off the top of my head. Eastern District of Virginia, one district in Kentucky, one in Florida. There are very few that won't work with third parties. And even in those districts, I do have a course that is catered to those where you can actually get paid directly from the client in exchange for you filling in the documents for them. The client is doing everything. So this one, again, straightforward. $1,100 is the takeaway for this. Now, my course for doing this is $500. So here, if I were actually a student, I would have gotten my money back if I'd have gotten this deal. So I've gotten this deal as a student. So I'm just going to show you that it does pay off quickly depending on which deals you go after, which districts and which percentages. Don't be afraid to sometimes go after or say more than 10, 15, 20%. You never know. There are some people that don't know that they can negotiate with you, and they'll be okay with paying a slightly higher fee because they don't know how to do this process. That's what I'm saying to you. It's a process that you're doing, process for services, for legal services, to be honest. And some people just don't know how to do that. So this is essentially what you're offering. If you're interested in the program, you don't necessarily have to have a legal background. I was a paralegal for 10 years, going on 11 years now. You don't have to have that background. It does help so that you can see who the parties to a case are, so that you understand court dockets and court terminology. But that is something that I teach you in the program just on a basic level. I give you fundamentals of bankruptcy. I give you one case scenario from beginning to end on how to do all of this. And then again, you have me as a coach if you're interested. So I just wanted to show you that once I get the payout for this, I'll come back on and show you what that looks like. It looks similar to all the other ones that I received that either come in an EFT directly to my business checking account, or it will be a paper check and it will be made out to me. So I hope that this information is helpful. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. If you are interested in my course, you have questions, please email me at springsolutionsllc@gmail.com. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.